It's been 5 months since I uploaded this video talking about how TMR is the future of gaming, and now we finally have another TMR keyboard, and I did not expect it to be from Lofree. This is the Lofree Hyzen. So let's get started. The packaging used is honestly interesting. It comes in an oval-shaped carrying case which is actually really bulky, so it's a pretty interesting choice. We have two boxes of accessories very neatly packed. We have a set of accent keys, some instruction manuals, a keycap puller, USB-C cable, and wireless receiver. And then we have our Hyzen. Now, before we dive in, let's talk about the price. It's going to be on Kickstarter, so not ideal, but at least Lofree is one of the most reputable companies, so you don't have to really worry about them running away with your money because it's Lofree. So depending on how early you're buying it, it's going to be $169 to $179 for the wired version and $189 to $199 for the wireless version. And if you're going to wait for it to be stocked, normally you're looking at around $279 to $299. Honestly, a really big price jump. Something above $250 is a little expensive in today's market of custom keyboards. So let's start with the visuals. The Hyzen is a 65% that's carved from a single block of aluminum. Now that gives the board these very defined and sharp edges. It's kind of like Cybertruck edges, Cybertruck vibes basically. It weighs a substantial amount and the overall look to it is very clean in person. It looks and feels very premium. It has a LED light bar integrated into its base. It's a really soft and diffuse glow. It matches the whole vibe it has really well. I actually really like this kind of a light bar. Damn.
Wait, that's actually so cool. Oh shit.
We have two knobs located at the back. We have a volume knob and a mode switch knob. So swapping between both wired and wireless, it's a simple knob twist. I do think having the knob at the back is a pretty good choice, otherwise the board will come out looking too kind of like a block rectangular type of vibe, but this at least adds a little shape because there are circles instead of just a flat rectangular block, literally. Now, one of the coolest features on the Hyzen is this bar of indicators. Basically, it's meant to help users who are hesitating to switch to smaller layouts. I personally never had issues remembering what the function rule is on a 65%, but from a bigger picture, I can kind of get it. For beginners who are so used to full size, who are so used to 75%, you probably don't even know that you can use a function row on 65%. So having the indicators there make it a little more intuitive, I guess. So this indicator bar aligns to your row 1, it displays the full set of functional F keys, it also displays the mode you're on and the charging status. Every functional thing that is added onto the keyboard, I feel like they did a really good job at integrating it into the design and making it come together really nicely. So without further ado, here's how it sounds. So this uses their Nexus switches. It's the first hybrid switches. They integrated gold leaves from MX switches into magnetic switches. That kind of replicates the MX typing feeling that you would get, but still maintain the capabilities of a magnetic switch. In terms of sound profile, I would say the HE sort of chatter is pretty strong on this one, and with the gold leaf on a magnetic switch, it somewhat feels like a tactile but not really at the same time, because you don't really feel the bump, but you kind of still feel something there. It just feels a little scratchier than a usual magnetic switch. Now, I do want to mention one thing that kind of kills this keyboard for me: the typing angle. This has a 12-degree typing angle, and it's way too steep personally for me at least. A 12-degree typing angle compared to the usual 7 is really high, and be it gaming or typing, you will get more fatigue on your wrists over time. And the trade-off for having the 12-degree typing angle, visually you can actually see the indicator bar without going like this. So having the 12-degree typing angle, you are able to see everything at your normal typing position. Now let's move on to the gaming aspect of the Hyzen. First of all, TMR sensors. For those of you who are not familiar, let's do a TLDR. TMR and Hall effect are different sensors, but long story short, TMR is more efficient in energy consumption, which allows it to have wireless connectivity with decent battery life. On top of that, with TMR sensors, you can install normal hot swap sockets onto our PCB, which then allows for the usage of MX switches, regular MX switches, as part of your board. So you can have a hybrid between magnetic and normal MX switches. Now moving on to the software Lofree Hub. I don't think this is a fully polished, fully optimized website yet because it took quite a while for me to load. I think it's still on sort of beta and they sent it over to me just to take a look at it. The only major issue was the loading taking a really long time, but aside from that, I didn't really face anything else. You can easily swap between mechanical and magnetic, kind of like a software under your top left, which is really cool. On top of that, we have custom actuation up to 0.1mm, the standard features, rapid trigger, SOCD, 8000 Hz polling rate on both wired and wireless connectivity, which is a 0.125 millisecond latency. So be it wireless or wired, you're having like the best latency. It's basically nothing. Gaming on it is pretty smooth, so here are some clips from my usual games of CS. Now, I just wanted to mention it one more time, just in case you guys are considering getting the board. As a gamer, I typically game for at least 3 to 4 hours if I'm playing CS, 3 to 4 games. And with the 12-degree typing angle, I could physically feel my wrists kind of fatigue out earlier than usual because this is pretty high. Now, I installed some HMX switches and here's how the board sounds. Now that is actually pretty good. And one of the things that I kind of just clocked in my head is that the Nexus switches were made really specifically for this TMR keyboard, because when I'm using the regular HMX switches, they would have a gold leaf, and with regular magnetic switches, you wouldn't have a gold leaf, and the typing experience does feel a little off. Certain keys have like no gold leaf and it's suddenly really smooth, but then if you click on a certain key again, it feels like MX switch. You can feel the difference, but with a gold leaf integrated into their new magnetic switches, it's actually pretty seamless. Like, you wouldn't really feel the difference between your magnetic switch and your MX switch. I think it's like a genius idea from them. Like, I was like, wait a minute, this is big brain. It's a pretty cool idea. I have to give that to them. If you really like the visuals of the Hyzen, you like the indicator bar, you like the function row thing, and you kind of just like the whole thing, then I think it's a decent pickup for sub $200. But if you're waiting for it to be stocked normally at nearly $300, I don't think it's worth it. Just try to get it as early as possible on the Kickstarter. We don't see TMR boards very often, so this is a pretty rare thing. If you are interested in trying out TMR instead of Hall effect, basically the same thing, but you get the idea. TMR with the hybrid switches, you can hybrid between mechanical and blah blah blah. Wireless connectivity. If wireless connectivity is a really important thing for you, be it gaming or at work, then TMR is definitely your way to go for magnetic switches. So I'll have everything linked down below. Let me know your thoughts on the Hyzen down below. And remember, 80% of you are still not subscribed, so please subscribe to the channel. It's free. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.